We live? We live? Can they hear me? Can they hear me? Are we live? I'll wait for it on my laptop real quick. Wasn't even supposed to be going live today. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Welcome back to the Grandmaster Troll show. I'm coming out of retirement. That's right. You guys have lost your boy GMT. You have lost your boy GMT. I did not plan on doing any more live streams. I was retired, gone away from Black YouTube because you Negroes have run amok. Let's see who we got in the building. We got Miss J, Maurice, Delk, Bell 4148. We got Jay Tucker in the building. Let's Troll, John the Analyst. You should have my chess.com name. We got Real Gamer. Hurry Up and Buy, and a couple of other folks in the building. But we got a whole lot to talk about because during this past month or so, a lot of people have been getting exposed. You know, they own panels that they shouldn't be on panels on. They doing live streams, making exposed videos, and they're in no position to make exposed videos. People are collabing with other YouTubers, flying to London, flying to this country, sitting next to Andrew Tate, sitting up with all these people, doing these collaborations they have no business doing. And this all started with your girl Just Pearly. We know what she did, and we know why she was wrong. She came into a black space. She tried to use black people, whether if they were ADOS, FBA, if they were Europe black people, she was using them as well. Apparently, a lot of you Negroes, you will block other black content creators, not do business with other black content creators, but you will let a white woman take up to 70-90% of your AdSense money, and you will sign on the dotted line because you truly believe that the white man's, or in this case the white woman's, ice is colder. We got Nisha Mack in the building, Cash God, Angela C. But they really believe if they team up with Just Pearly will take them to the promised land. They have signed over all of their AdSense money for the next 3 years. So I'm sitting back, this observing and watching. You know, Just Pearly's up there with a white nationalist or a quote-unquote white supremacist, talking about your ancestors, saying with your ancestors went through slavery, it wasn't that bad. Jim Crow wasn't that bad. You know, getting on them beatings and whippings and being torn away from your families on the plantation, being hung from trees, being castrated, getting your foot chopped off. Shout out to Toby. Or should I say Kunta Kinte? Just Pearly said slavery wasn't that bad. And I just knew you Negroes were smart because you seen how these Jewish folks run. You see how the Latin communities ran. You see how the Asian community is ran. The Arab community is ran. You guys talk about it with Tariq Nasheed, or pick your favorite conscious content creator in the black space. I just know y'all have been given the blueprint. You've been talking about this stuff for the last 7 years. Y'all are going to cancel Just Pearly because Just Pearly is counting on y'all to make the money. I just know y'all gonna break the contract. She gave y'all a 3 month out. I just know y'all gonna exercise that 3 month out. I know you guys are gonna cancel Just Pearly. I know you guys are gonna unsubscribe from Just Pearly. I just know y'all Negroes are tired of the racism. I know y'all Negroes is gonna do the right thing. So I sit back, I look around because I know this is it. We finally gonna cancel Just Pearly. We're gonna hold Just Pearly accountable for what she said to Nick Fuentes, the so-called white supremacist. So I sit back, I look, and instead of holding Just Pearly accountable, dudes in the manosphere found a way. I still don't know how they did it. They found a way to blame black women for what Just Pearly said when she interviewed a white supremacist and when she said about black people. Dudes in the manosphere somehow, I still don't know how they did it. I still can't wrap my Negro mind around it. But they found a way to blame the B-Dub. And once the manosphere found a way to blame the B-Dub, a civil war broke out. Now they got Six the Goddess sounding like Cynthia G. They got Danica Marie with Six the Goddess co-signing Six the Goddess sounding like Cynthia G. We are now exposing Six the Goddess as a stripper. That's right. I guess people knew way back when. I guess back before Six the Goddess was a so-called black love doctor, before she was so-called married, before she met Kevin Samuels, before her name was ringing in these manosphere streets as a superly attractive beat-up advocating for BMs, dudes in the manosphere already knew she was a stripper, and instead of outing her, they kept that stripper card in the back pocket, so before, if she got out of line, they was going to slap that Six the Goddess is a stripper card to try and silence her. And then you had Anton Daniels, Mr. High Value himself, Mr. So-called millionaire. Oh, I seen the videos, Anton Daniels. I seen the videos. You said you were a millionaire, then people, they doxed you. They doxed you, Anton Daniels, and I'm all for the doxing. They even doxed Six the Goddess. If you know Six the Goddess government name, put it in the chat. Put at GMT at Life of Grandmaster Troll. Six the Goddess government name is this. We just may have to dig further into that government name. I don't have time to go back and look at all the videos. I didn't tag a bunch of these videos. We're gonna watch and review some of these videos. But they doxed your girl Six the Goddess. They doxed your boy Anton Daniels. They showed where he was living. They found his bedroom, and they asked a very permanent question. Does this look like the bedroom? Does this look like the bedroom of a millionaire? We got, how do I pronounce that? Somebody said, we want to hear about that email you got last week. I remember that email. I would do a separate video on that email. Village Arsonist said her name is Sweet Vajayjay. Well, let me give this person, see if they're wrenched up. Gotta add them as moderate. Thanks for the. Thanks for supporting the Grandmaster Troll show. I got people sending me messages on Facebook real quick. I ain't checked my messenger in a while. Let's see what we got on here. Let's see what we got on here. Okay, he unsent them. Well, we gonna. I definitely gotta find that email. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find that email so I can have it in the bag. Because we have been running undercover. We have been running undercover. Yep, I definitely got to dig back through the archive. It's not popping up under my tag words real quick. Let's see. What else? Hold on. Let me see if I can put that in there. Does that bring it up? No, that keyword doesn't bring it up. This keyword probably won't bring it up either. I should have started, but where was I? Where was I? I think they're talking about Six the Goddess, Aries Queen. That's what I think they're talking about. But Anton Daniels, so-called millionaire himself, his bedroom, his bed looked like my bed. And then they broke down the financials. They saw that he filed bankruptcy a couple of times. He had a couple of tax liens a couple of times. So Anton Daniels got exposed. And then Six the Goddess called out Anton Daniels, and Anton Daniels, I guess they had a disagreement over just pearly things. Anton Daniels got on these live streams and was talking real reckless in the mouth, according to Six the Goddess. Six the Goddess called him to the office, put him on trial, disrespected that man, dismissed that man, and all Anton Daniels could say was, I flew you out first class, I put you in the suite, you was in my kitchen, you met my wife, you were talking on an intimate level, and you gonna call me out on a live stream instead of giving me a call? And then Six the Gods dismissed that Negro, and Anton Daniels ran to his platform. There was another BW who was calling him out, trying to hold him accountable, instead of Anton Daniels saying, you know what, this is my fault, I shouldn't have did what I did, I wasn't acting in a masculine way. What he decided to do was cuss out another B-dub, because this B-dub didn't have the status of Six the Gods. And then he said, when he was asked, what did you learn about all of this that went on? He then doubled down and said, the black man's worst enemy is the BW. And then we had, who else got exposed? And then we had Melanie King get doxxed and exposed. Apparently they found her divorce papers. This is another thing about these so-called women in the manosphere who repeat these manosphere talking points. And the only reason why they're repeating these talking points is because they know you Negroes is going to give them money. That's right. As much as these content creators has lost credibility, another group that lost credibility is you, the viewer. You, the viewer who subscribe, who tune in every day, who hit the like button, who's in the chat rooms. You got your emojis, you got your flames going in the chat rooms, you're sending cash apps, you're sending super chats. That's right. You allow these Negroes to do what they do. You fund these Negroes. The reason why they able to get passports and fly out to London, the reason why Melanie King is able to fly out and go to MTR studio and give y'all a live stream is because you Negroes fund the fuckery. You fund Anton Daniels, you fund 60 Goddess, you have funded Just Pearly, you funded Sarah Garvey, you fund Obsidian, you fund the Angry Man. You fund all of these Negroes, and at the end of the day, all of the Negroes that you guys fund, they don't have any more credibility. They don't have no credibility, but since you guys give them money, since you guys pay their bills, you fund the fuckery. So who was I talking about? That's right, Melanie King. Shout out to Mike TV. I'm a new subscriber of Mike TV. He had the information. He found the divorce papers, and according to the divorce papers, your girl Melanie King, she had a YouTube channel. That was, I guess, was supposed to be her and her daughters. And then they would do skits or family vlogs or family content, and it got hot. I guess she found herself a high value man who was who made over $1 million and was working on Wall Street, and he funded the whole YouTube thing. So the YouTube channel was blowing up, and as the YouTube channel was blowing up and they had them an audience, your girl Melanie King said, instead of me doing family vlogs with my family, I'm going to put my dollars aside. I'm going to take away the passwords. I'm going to take away the access from that YouTube channel. And I'm going to start talking about black relationships on this channel and more adult conversations. Even though my analytics says that there's little girls as young as 5 years old up to 15 who are predominantly watching this channel. Instead of giving them family friendly content, we're going to talk about black relationships. We're going to talk about the honey and the bees. We're going to talk about where babies come from. We're going to talk about the hippity dippity. We're going to talk about all that adult stuff on this kid's channel. So we all know how the so-called marriage dissolved. Her husband looked back and had to see this. No, she was talking about this stuff. She was in other spaces of YouTube. Starting to talk to other men. And any high value man who's worth his salt, he's going to see what's happening. He's going to have the foresight to see what could possibly could happen, and he's going to shut it down. And that's what he did. He didn't just shut down the YouTube channel. He shut down the marriage. So in these divorce papers, not only did Melanie King steal them YouTube channels from her daughters, not only did she steal TikTok and other social media pages from her daughters who they were making money on posting family friendly content. Your girl Melanie King even stole, or should I say, ran up the credit card bill $125,000. Melanie King, you stole from your husband's business account and ran up a bill for $125,000? So after they had to mediate the whole process, Melanie King had to give access to passwords and the YouTube channels back to her daughters. She had to repay some of that $125,000 that she ran up in credit bills. They had to work out a custody arrangement. I'm still unsure of the custody arrangement. It seems as though, according to Melanie, there's at times where she claims she has sole custody. I'm not sure if there was something about primary custody, but Melanie King said on Mike TV's that she had sole custody of the daughters. Well, if that's true, Melanie King, one's gotta ask, where were your daughters when you was with MTR? Where you appeared to be drunk, you appeared to be under the influence, you appeared to be showing too much of the cleavage, you was up there talking about how you wanted MTR to, take the pussy. You were twerking for Kevin Samuels. We just gotta ask, if you have sole custody, primary custody, where were your daughters? Where were your daughters when you went to London and you was with Just Pearly things, talking about how the B-dub is out there, they're the typical modern woman, they can't get a high value man, they can't submit, they don't respect themselves, they're twerking on the internet, and lo and behold, a couple of weeks later, you, Melanie King, twerking on the internet. So we're going to talk about Melanie King. We got to talk about MTR. We got to talk about mediocre tutorial reviews. Because mediocre tutorial reviews, he still has just a little bit of credibility. See, everybody else lost credibility. MTR, he almost played this perfectly because he was on the world tour with Just Pearly. He was out there SBE, blaming, explaining with Just Pearly. What the modern women need to do, this, that, and the third. And when the news broke about Just Pearly, MTR, he didn't blame BWs. No, he got up there, he looked the people in the face. He said, I was disappointed in Just Pearly. I apologize to my viewers that I associated my brand with Just Pearly. So I'm going to step away and I won't be involved with Just Pearly anymore. You can't do nothing but give that brother a hand. Because he actually took accountability and he said, I'm sorry. Melanie King didn't say I'm sorry. Six the Goddess didn't say I'm sorry. Anton Daniels didn't say I'm sorry. Sarah Garvey didn't say I'm sorry. Just Pearly said I'm sorry, but I don't think she really meant it. But MTR, you gotta explain how you had Melanie King in your apartment, drunk, flirting, talking in a very sexual, provocative manner. And MTR, you claim that you don't like to see B-dubs twerking online. Well, you gotta explain how you allowed your girl Melanie King to bust it wide open in the name of Kevin Samuels. She didn't just bust it wide open. She busted it wide open in the name of Kevin Samuels. How you allow a B-dub to disrespect the great name that's supposed to be Kevin Samuels? How do you not turn off the stream? How do you not say, hey, don't do that? How, Sway? MTR, you had credibility. Now you a little shaky. Then we had the beefs. We had the solo TV 84 beef with King Riches, because King Riches is under the Just Pearly Death Row Records. He signed one of them 360 deals. Oh, we gotta talk about these 360 deals. Can we talk about these 360 deals? So when you with Just Pearl Records, you gotta give up, according to Sarah Garvey, a more favorable deal is you give up 70% of your AdSense revenue. Maybe even super chat revenue as well, because we know in the black sector, the way these Negroes talk and argue online, it's very hard to get a green light when you got people cussing you, talking about the topics we talk about. So I'm assuming that's also the super chat revenue as well. So you give up 70% of that revenue, and what you get is a editor. You get somebody to create your thumbnails, and you get access to a studio which is supposed to be well lit. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and look at one's King Rich's channel. Let me see if I can pull up your boy King Riches, because we gotta break down, because it'll be very obvious to see who was up under these 360 deals. So when they start talking about how they got 400,000 subscribers, when they start talking about how they're closing in on 1 million subscribers and they making all of this money, and they YouTube Shorts is making all this money, all we gotta do is go look at their videos. All we gotta do is look at their channels and see how they got it laid out. We could see what they are paying for to the tune of 70% of their AdSense money. Because it seems like these Negroes out here, they doing something they not supposed to be doing. So here it is right here. We on the King Rich's channel. So he's under Just Pearl Records, and he gives up 70% of his AdSense revenue to get somebody to create his thumbnail. So I'm looking at these thumbnails right here. I'm looking at these thumbnails, and this is something that he's paying for. I'm looking at these thumbnails, and all it is a picture of him in his studio. This is what he's paying for. So when he does his show, he takes these pictures right here. And what Negroes don't understand, see, when let's look at the last two thumbnails right here. We're gonna look at these two thumbnails right here because we gotta talk about how dumb Negroes are, because you paying Negroes to create your thumbnails, and Negroes is too stupid to realize they're just taking pictures. When people come into your thing, and as you're doing your talking, only thing they're doing is freeze framing it, taking a picture, cropping it in, and then splitting it with whatever red filter they got. And then the text right here where it says I am 10 and it's all about conditioning. Well, whatever you talk about, whatever the talking point is, they can literally, I'm talking under 10 minutes and create these 1, 2, 3, 4 thumbnails. And the only difference they gotta do is maybe speed up the frame by 1, so where your faces is doing a different impression, and all they gotta do is delete and type in whatever keyword they're gonna type in. So when these Negroes tell you, when you sign a 360 deal and we're going to create thumbnails for you, you Negroes is too stupid to realize they create 3 thumbnails, and out of those 3 thumbnails, all they gotta do is hit play, and then you make one face, they stop it, take a picture, that's going to be one half, and whoever you invite on, whenever they sit they raggedy ass in that seat, they're going to take a picture. They're going to put one here and one there, and whatever they write, all they got to do is hit delete and type in whatever they want to type in, go to download thumbnail, and within 20 minutes, they then created 20 to 50 thumbnails. And y'all pay 70% of your AdSense revenue for I almost messed up. Because at Just Pearl Records, we are pro-black. At Just Pearl Records, we don't hire white folks. No. We don't hire white folks. We don't hire good folks from America. No. Why would we hire these American people? They want to get paid $30 an hour. How about we go to these countries, these third world countries that are underdeveloped, and we find some Africans, and instead of paying them $20 an hour, $25 an hour, $30 an hour to create these thumbnails, which don't take long to create because it's really just a plug and play. How about we pay these Africans $10 an hour, $12 an hour, $15 an hour? Because according to Just Pearly things, these Africans are hungry. These Africans, they want to be successful. These Africans work hard. And them Negroes in America, they're not going to create thumbnails with no $8 an hour. How about we outsource it to Africa? So your girl at Just Pearl Records, she got the Africans creating these thumbnails, these plug and play thumbnails, and these Negroes who are too lazy to create their own thumbnail, they would rather pay us 70% of their AdSense revenue. Oh, but it gets worse. It gets worse. It gets worse because now we gotta break down the hard part. We gotta break down the hard part. You see, when we look at this right here, King Rich's channel, we are looking at his channel right here. He got all these videos. I'm looking at these short little videos that I'm assuming are uploads, which means they're supposed to be edited. So I'm definitely gonna click one because we gotta break down the edit. We gotta see how good the editing is. So when I go to the live stream section right here, you see these pictures right here. I guess who's ever on the show right here. You see how King Rich's is in that same pose and all of these thumbnails right here. So I guess if these people come on more than once, they have the same picture of the King Rich's chest. See, all it is plug and play with the same background. You got the King Rich's versus the world. And then they will use that same thumbnail on the live stream. And this is what Negroes is paying for right here. They are literally paying for the same thumbnails. And I guess these thumbnails are supposed to make people click and watch them. So we look at the views. I guess the lives are hitting for 11K at the most, 15K at the most. But then 70% of that AdSense revenue is going to just Pearly things. Let me see if I can click on one that got a lot of views. Let's click on this one right here. Because it's supposed to have gotten a lot of views and whatnot. You got people Sunday Ticket. I gotta talk to YouTube real quick. I got to talk to YouTube real quick. YouTube. I gotta talk to YouTube. When you advertise NFL Sunday Ticket on Black YouTube, you are wasting your time and resources.